What's the better option? Pay your house off or invest it? This is something that I struggle with immensely because we used to have our house paid for, and I can't explain the feeling of owning a home outright and not having that expense each month. It is the best feeling in the world and gives you so much freedom. We also, at the time, did not have any car payments, so our expenses were very low. Fast forward a few years, couple mistakes. We bought a vehicle that we weren't ready for, and we had to do some work on our house, so we ended up taking a loan from our house, and we actually lumped the vehicle payment into the house loan so the interest rate would be lower. I immediately wanted to get that loan paid off, and I still do, but after doing some research and getting more comfortable with investing, I realized that for us, the better option was to put more money into investing instead of getting our house paid off. Most people follow the rule of 7%, which basically means if your interest on your home is less than 7%, you should be using any extra money towards investing. Now, if your house payment is over 7%, then you should get that house paid off. The reason for this is because with the stock market, the average return is 7% or higher. Obviously, it fluctuates all the time, but most of the time you can expect at least 7%. So your money over time with compound interest is going to grow immensely after years and years. So if you can hold off on getting that house paid for, you will eventually have the money to pay it off and be in a better position with the money that you earned through the stock market. That being said, it is really hard for me, like I said, because there's something about having a house paid off and that big expense that feels so good. But I also know that if I can hold off, I will have more money in my lap in the future, and I will be so much happier in the long run that I made this choice. Now, I wanted to give you an example here. Say that you bought a home and your loan payment was $250,000 with a 6% interest rate. Now, let's say that you were going to take an extra $250 a month to try to pay that house off faster. And this is going to save you $100,000 in the end. That's a lot of money. Now, think about if you were to invest $250 a month for the same amount of time at a 10% interest rate. You are looking at earning $137,000. That's almost $40,000 more than what you had. And that's just $250 a month. Think about the numbers even bigger. Imagine if you did more. I know it's hard, but in the long run, you really can benefit from doing this. And I know investing can be really scary, but everyone does it. Everyone needs to do it for retirement. Why not build more wealth for yourself? I do know, however, that I will not retire until our house is paid off, which we will think about that in the future, and that will obviously change things for our plan in the future. But right now, I don't need to think about that. Right now, I know my money is growing a lot more in our accounts than me paying off my home. That's it for this video. I hope this gives you some insight. Thanks for watching.